All right, so compared to yesterday, well, it changed a bit, it's true, but Bitcoin is still between this range, right? Well, this downtrend. And as you can see, just like Fencer is saying, it's been respecting it quite nicely, both on the upside and on the downside. But we'll get into the Bitcoin analysis after the disclaimer, which is that this content is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making financial decisions. And with that being said, let's also check what is happening with the liquidations, because as you can see, yes, it's been killing bears so far for the past 2 weeks constantly. But it's also playing tricks with bulls because it has dumped $1,300 in just 45 minutes. And as you can see, it liquidated quite a few longs as well. Now, if we look on the liquidation heat map on the monthly, we can clearly see that there's lots of liquidity clusters around the 70,000 and also down on the 65,000. So it does not really look like the bear market is over, but with Bitcoin, you never know, right? Now, if we look on the daily, if I jump here on the daily, um, we start on the daily. Yeah, the bigger picture is still pretty clear. Bitcoin has been in a broader downtrend, respecting this descending structure. So if I do this and I get my trend here, you can see it has respected it quite nicely so far. And just like we've seen on X as well, it's ever since, well, from the all-time high, it's been going downside non-stop. And also here went back up to 97k, and then again a big dump. Could it be doing something similar at the moment? Well, considering that the volume is not on our side, because if we check, volume is going down, right, while the price is going up. So it's definitely possible that it would reject again at the trend line. Now, obviously, it did break above. Well, we could say that it did broke above a bit, but it could be just a fake out. If we go on the 4 hourly, this is where things get a bit more, well, a little bit more interesting, because price actually pushed into this resistance here and even poked slightly above it. So if we look on the previous time that it got here, if I make this a little bit bigger, okay. So you can see it did poke just a little over it. So it could have just taken out the stop losses and now reverse. Definitely a possibility, right? But there's another question. Obviously, with crypto, just like you guys say, it can go up or down, right? Always up or down, up or down. But we can definitely still look at some good entries, even if price can go up or down. Considering that, well, no, depending on the situation. If it's up, we look for shorts, right? Just like Warren Buffett said, up, we look for shorts, tight stop loss. Shorts look pretty nice on the top side because you can put the stop loss nicely. And same thing on the downside for longs. But yeah, like I said, can it hold? Can it hold this push? It could, yes, but looking at the volume and also at the fact that it's at the resistance, I'm repeating myself. It's looking like a clash. Horizontal resistance being tested, downtrend structure still in play. That's not a breakout yet. That's pressure, and this is exactly where markets usually fake people out. Um, Also, we have the order block from here. So another resistance area at around 78 to 79k. So yeah, tons of resistance above. Now, if we look on the hourly, this is where you can see the shift. We just had a strong push. Well, just like on the 4 hourly as well, but here it's much clearer. We had a push above this resistance, which tells you that the buyers are at least trying to take control here. But at the same time, again, you don't want to get fooled by one strong candle or a couple of strong candles over a couple of days or 2 weeks, because moves like this often run into resistance, just like we did here. Fake out, take a liquidity from above here, and then just go back down, right? That's what price likes to do. Take liquidity from above and then push everything down when people least expect it. So right now this is less about momentum continuing and more about whether price can actually hold above this zone. And then in case it holds, so in case it does something like this, right? It goes back down here, then pushes above here, and here we could be looking at longs. Here is where I would be, well, personally, where I would be looking for longs, but not here. Definitely not here, because it's at resistance, clear resistance here. So yeah, the way I'm looking at this is pretty simple. If Bitcoin manages to hold above this resistance area and turn it into support, sorry, not this, right? So if it pushes above here and retraces here and also makes it support, then I would be looking for longs with a tight stop loss, maybe above here, below here. From here, personally, considering it's at the top, shorts look more nice. And also since the volume is not, well, not very nice. It did pump a little bit, but I don't know, doesn't look promising. Doesn't look like it can push too much higher from here. Because yeah, volume is key. We had a strong push, but overall volume is still, well, it's not showing full conviction. So what you want to see is simple: expansion if it continues, or weakness if it fails. Personally, at the moment, I don't know, just my opinion, I do believe it's gonna retrace from here. Maybe just push a little bit higher, take some more liquidity, and then down we go. Also, if we look on the exo charts, there's quite a battle. Looks like a bit more longs than shorts. Point of control sitting at around 74k. I was not expecting this whole push, I'm not gonna lie. Could push a bit higher, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.